Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's that time. I'm Drunken Dan.
And I'm not, I just don't want to be here now.
Yeah, we're doing the storyline. Hey look, it's 18's cool costume where it's like the shirt and jeans. Why can't this be a playable costume?
Because, Dan, they need to save all those resources for cross-tag battles DLC.
Like, just why couldn't this be her default outfit? I don't like the red ribbon skirt thing is not my favorite one of hers.
Because, Dan, how could they milk nostalgia if she doesn't dress like how people who were kids in the 90s remembered her?
She rarely even wore that outfit. She wore that outfit for all of like one fight and then got the fucking jeans.
Yeah, but it's still like heavily associated with her and all of her merchandise and figurines and that.
I don't know why though. She like barely wore it. In fact, she didn't even like the costume.
I don't know, man. I still think we should have had the fucking cowgirl thing with like Saiyan armor style like shoulder pads. That should have been the costume she wore.
That would have been fucking great.
I still say like Arc Systems missed a trick by not having joke costumes.
Or costumes.
Well, like, they should have had pink shirt Vegeta. I don't care what the fuck anyone says, they should have had it.
It should have, like, the same joke from, like, the Abridged series, where every time the shirt disappears from the screen for a second, reappears, it's got a new thing written on it.
Yeah.
But, so, I wanted to address, so, I haven't gotten further in the Boo, thing, and I think I know why. So I was thinking about this the other day, and why it's been taking me so long to finish Boo. And it's... Okay, so I was thinking about it, and then a lot of Boo's... Boo arc is the arc where a lot of issues I have with Dragon Ball really kicked in, I think. And I'm not even talking about the whole Videl fight. I'm not looking forward to that, but that's not what I'm talking about. This is like when you get into hard Goku-itis, when you get like the power-ups out of nowhere, and it's when the writing really started becoming a mess. I mean, it was already not the best, but it became a mess. Like I said, there's a part in it where you can literally tell exactly when Toriyama gave up on trying to write anything other than Goku.
It's natural that
Gohan, you just sit down for an entire day while this weird old man reads a magazine in front of you, and that makes you the strongest in the universe.
But now we're
for
like 5
5
seconds. And then and then Toriyama's gonna be like, I don't know how to write this, and then we're gonna get absorbed now. Goku comes back along with Vegeta.
I mean, on the bright side, he also has no idea how to write Vegito.
No, he doesn't. It's like, I mean, we've joked about it before. It's funny. GT was stuck more true to like the rules that were established at the time for Dragon Ball than Super did. Super's like, oh, the Patara earrings, it's no longer permanent unless you're Kai.
Well, okay.
We just forgot to tell you.
Thanks for like just flat out not saying that, old Kai.
Well, you see,
already know what linking is.
Fuck.
It didn't take me that long to figure it out.
Fuck
Also,
you,
Here's a question. Why
Also, it's making me go back to people bitching about GT's writing. I'm like, literally Super threw things out the window, like, immediately whenever it became too hard to deal with.
Here's a question, right?
GT at least just worked with what they had. The mess that they had to deal with.
Why is all this happening?
But it's just... Like, yeah, I agree. There's a lot of... The problem is obviously that, like, Toriyama is left on his own as a creative, as like a creative force, and he has a lot of fun ideas. Don't get me wrong. Like, we know for first-hand evidence that he can come up with fun things, at least fun monster designs sometimes.
He's a good artist and a good idea guy, but he's a terrible writer.
But
he's also really good. He's also really good at like what's the word? Composition. Like when he was doing the manga, like his composition work was really good.
Yeah.
And like the way he would draw the reader's eyes with the flow of action and shit. Like, he was really good at that, but writing was never his strong point. And when you completely take him off the leash, well...
Just don't ask him to draw backgrounds.
Don't, yeah, he hates that.
It's the whole reason.
That's why it's always a canyon, and or like why like immediately they'll just destroy the fucking arena.
I did like so I like how someone I knew once said, "Oh man, Goku's a better hero than Superman because he takes like all of his fights outside the city." And I was like, "You do know that is expressly just because Toriyama does not like drawing backgrounds." And even then, like, that's the whole reason why all the buildings in Dragon Ball are fucking, like, circular and spherical. Just to make it even easier for him to draw, because he doesn't like drawing buildings either.
Yeah. Like, he, fuck. Damn it, I'm trying to think. But it's just, it's just frustrating. Like, it's just, he's one of those people you don't want to let completely off the leash, because then you get Jiren.
Then you get...
And, God, like I said, I know I need to finish the Buu saga. I just have to finish it, but it's just hard to get the motivation to sit down and watch it.
It's okay, buddy. It's not like I have like a mountain of things here that I probably should go and get and watch and then don't. I mean,
yeah, the problem is that I've dangled several carrots in front of my face to get me to finish it, and I still haven't. Because I was like, oh, I know. I'll watch Gundam G Gundam. My brain doesn't work. G Gundam and Zoid Zero if I finish watching Dragon Ball Z. And I do really want to watch those. You know, I'm like now trying to like instead argue with myself to instead just watch those instead of Boo.
I'm just picturing it like a kind of Gollum and Lord of the Rings style interaction between you and yourself.
Kinda.
It's like, no, we must finish Dragon Ball before it can go on. No, but we hates it.
This part sucks. It sucks. It's when all the problems start.
I mean, the problems start from day one. It's just it's when the problems become most apparent.
It's because it's also when he was let off his leash. Like during the Buu arc, he was just the publishers just let him do whatever he wanted.
Toriyama-san, you make money. Go make more money.
And that's why we have Gotenks, the worst fucking character. 17 is only the most boring character. Who's an action? Oh wait, no, Jiren still. I was gonna say canon. I was like, wait, no, Jiren still.
Never forget, Jiren is canon.
Oh look, and now they're giving 18 the new her old costume. But she looks cooler in her casual outfit. Fuck you.
Maybe this scene would have been better if it had been handled like the scene in The Incredibles where they describe...
Hell, even in the dialogue here, 18's like, hell no, I'm not wearing those. Bad memories.
I mean, there's also bad implications because it's the costume that her counterpart died in.
Yeah. Let's see here. There's 2 dialogue options. Should I say no or, but they're cute? No, I would like to say no as well, but they're not going to let me. Of course you should.
I mean, it just goes to show you that women just shouldn't say no.
Stop.
That's getting cut.
Fuck you. I know you're doing it as a joke, and you don't think that, but no. Fuck you.
Oh, sorry guys, crossed the line apparently.
Jesus Christ.
Just goes to show you, rape is never funny.
Now they're just like, okay, we gotta change the clothes because the designers really want me in the fucking skirt. Even though the character does not like the outfit. And literally gives them bad memories.
This week on Waifu Watch.
Seriously, I don't... This is making me think of Kill la Kill and how stupid that whole thing was.
Hmm.
God.
Yeah, when I found out that the lady who voices Ryoko in Kill la Kill is the voice of Retsuko in Agretsuko, kind of made me think, man, maybe I should try dub Kill la Kill one of these days.
She's a good voice actress. The dub version is definitely the most tolerable because it's the funniest version.
I recommend Agretsuko, by the way. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it is really good. And Erica Mendez is a really good voice actress. She also did you play Tales of Berseria?
No.
Okay, she did for the audience though, she did the voice of Eleanor in that.
Neat.
She's done a number of voices. She's really good, and she did a good Ryoko, but like, Still, Kill la Kill's not really that good of a series. It's
Android 17's
nothing against any of the voice actors.
I like how Darling in the Franxx obviously like Trigger's latest thing, right?
You're right. This is a
And
And it's
everyone's
just
like,
being even more overt.
well, everyone's like, oh my god, I can't believe it's so like sexualized. It's like, really?
Where were you guys, like, how many years ago did that the Kill la Kill come out? Like,
Not even
3?
like Kill la Kill, but Gurren Lagann, it's the exact same stuff. It's like, why would you
In fact-
expect? Why do you expect so much of Trigger when they've continuously not done that? Like, I don't hate them or anything, but like, that's literally what their style is.
21.
It's like being surprised at, like, fucking, DOA having fan service.
Or DC movies, or DC movies being shit.
You could have just said bomb at the box office and you'd be right still.
Either one, really. Pick your poison with DC, really.
They all taste gritty and uncomfortable.
Whichever one makes you the more disappointed.
I actually have a coworker who enjoyed the Justice League movie.
Well, they're entitled to their opinion. Their opinion is wrong, but they are entitled to it.
He's like, he's like, I don't know if people talk. This movie is good. I liked it.
A blast from the past.
Okay.
Oh, look, 17's here.
I mean, it's not one of our like podcasts if we don't bring up the wrong opinions of someone else.
17. I bet you're a little too old for that get up.
What are you
Like,
doing
aren't
here?
you? But you're wearing that costume.
I mean,
Aren't you a little too old?
yeah, but he's a park ranger, so he has a family
There's no
off
reason
screen.
to keep talking about this. Listen,
Like, I couldn't even be asked just to give him like random people who could be his wife and child. Like,
Oh yeah, they couldn't draw up character designs, but I'm supposed to care.
She is linked with someone else.
it's like, oh no,
Oh.
17 died in Dragon Ball. Oh, I care so much. I mean, I say this. The other characters didn't really care.
The,
That link.
like we're talking about this before. We've mentioned it several times. The only character who showed any urgency about the tournament or the weight of what would happen if they lost was Gohan, and he wasn't the main character.
And then he got, well,
He got eliminated in one of the stupidest ways.
Some of the people we linked.
it's the
By
way,
the fucking rabbit, because the writers are like, shit!
So-
we just realized half of Universe 7's still around!
a
No,
way-
more than half!
it's a way so stupid he stole it from Tien.
But only in cases where they have been linked with artificial souls.
Actually, you know what? It was less dumb than Tien's, because Tien had no reason to fall out.
Possible with an actual human.
Tien just was like, well, I'm completely outclassed here. If Master Roshi's doing better than me.
Depends on the two who are linked. Then.
Yeah, Master Roshi's doing better. The character who was written off back like an late Dragon Ball, now suddenly is at like God Punch level. Fuck you.
yeah,
And people complain about like Caulifla and Kale getting a transformation in a day. Fuck off.
It's not even like Super Saiyan's even that impressive anymore.
It really isn't. I mean, they got Super Saiyan 2, but well, one of them did, but still.
it's good to finally be
That's
free.
not even. Actually, no, that's still useful. 2's still useful. It's 3 that nobody gives a shit about.
You actually managed to switch.
Because 3 is that super special transformation that only Goku's allowed to have, and Goku already surpassed it.
Feel the soul in there somewhere.
It's one of his special transformations. Only he gets, because he gets all of the Toriyama hand jobs.
Why do you think?
Exactly. So
A certain someone.
it's
But
like,
Toriyama is such a great writer and so good at foreshadowing and setting things up that the anime staff had to remind him about Ultra Instinct and create the form.
yeah, sounds about right.
Which, you know what's kind of sad about Ultra Instinct? It's technically something that anybody could get, but you know nobody else is gonna get it.
I mean,
If you're lucky, Vegeta maybe. If you're lucky.
So I was.
I'd kind of prefer if they didn't. I'd prefer if they just gave Vegeta like expanded more on Vegeta's like Super Saiyan Blue 2 thing he gets.
I mean, yeah, I would like that, but
Because like this constant having to just be having to play catch up with Goku's just
I mean, yeah, but you're also expecting Dragon Ball to be creative with their transformations.
oh
and
no
give
no
people
no
their
you
own
misunderstand.
transformations.
I didn't say expect, I said hope.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen because they're never going to give each character an individual transformation.
Rebellions are founded on hope, Dan.
Yeah, but Toriyama is still the king, and we can't overthrow him because the fan base threw a fit and said GT was the worst because Toriyama had little to do with it.
You know, funny little aside, because I've just referenced Star Wars. I don't know if you caught it. It was pretty above your head, I feel. But every time I play Overwatch with friends, and now there's this whole thing of, oh, that Zarya's so low. I'm just go so low, a Zarya story.
Except
I know, right? Makes me laugh.
I'm going to waste my time going
Fucking-
along with your stupid little games.
That's something else I don't. I mean, it was a Han Solo movie, so I didn't care to watch it anyway because I honestly don't care about Han Solo.
All the time, you know?
I
Fight
mean,
me.
I'm not rushing
I
anything.
mean,
Han Solo is like the worst character from the original trilogy. Fight me.
you're so far away though. I can't reach you. It's not fair.
February 18th, I intend
I can't
to finish
strangle
this
you
fast
if you're
as possible.
like 1,000 miles away.
He became useless like after this, like during the second movie.
I don't know. He killed Boba Fett.
We do not have
No, that was Luke Skywalker who killed Boba Fett.
No, Han does because Han bumps him accidentally and knocks him into the Sarlacc pit.
No, he gets bitch slapped by Luke.
Pretty sure that he just gets knocked. Pretty sure like Luke does kick him, but then like he aims a shot and then Han's like Boba Fett, where? Turns around and like accidentally hits him, which ignites his jetpack, which then causes him to fall to his death.
I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that didn't happen.
I mean, there is that sequence where Luke kicks the guy but doesn't actually connect at all, and the guy reacts. But everyone's seen that gif.
You're a real
I mean, that's also a thing with the choreography in those movies too,
I'll be
where
16.
shit like that would happen.
I mean, stuff like that happens in movies in general, where just like
Yeah.
freeze frame it just right. Oh, look, a punch didn't connect because oh no, they didn't actually punch people.
In a weird way, it's kind of like the equivalent of like those smear in between frames in animation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or that one.
I like it when people get those and go, "Look, it's bad animation." It's like that's not. Fuck you.
Or like but yeah, it's just one of those things. So you said you wanted to watch G Gundam, eh? Maybe you
Yeah, I
should,
want to rewatch it.
maybe you should explain to people who haven't seen G Gundam, i.e., everyone.
Explain to them why it's great or what.
Yeah, why it's great, considering it's the most anti-Gundam Gundam series ever made.
Because it's basically a super robot show, and it's just like it's basically if you took a super robot and put like shonen anime shit into it too.
It's basically if you made Street Fighter into an anime, but you put it in giant robots instead of.
Okay, I still want to ask Arc Systems. I want to sit down with them and ask them, when they made 18's moveset, why did they make her throw so fucking slow? Like, I don't understand it.
Because they can only have one good girl fighter per fighting game. You know this.
No, she's not even that good.
I mean, she's better than 18.
I mean, yeah, but that's not hard.
Well,
I mean, 18's not the lowest, that's Nappa.
actually,
I know in their hands of the right person,
I made
she's
that
good.
joke, but it might actually be true. You know, in thinking on it,
What?
but only allowed to have one like competent female fighter per fighting game.
What, in Arc Systems?
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of them are a lot of them are pretty high up there in how was it? In fucking, give my brain a second. A lot of them are pretty high in like not Crossbow, Blaz Blue and Guilty Gear. Actually, yeah, no, actually the women are pretty high up in those games.
I mean, I know Makoto is it in BlazBlue. She's pretty high. She's pretty high tier, I think.
Yeah, she's really fucking good.
But I always thought Noelle was pretty weak.
Yeah, Noelle's kind of weak.
I guess Mu, but Mu's a boss fight. I don't feel like, or Nu, sorry. Nu and Mu are both boss fight characters who are they're just intense. I mean, that being said, Arc Sys always cheats with its boss fights.
Yeah.
They're like,
People complain about SNK, but like Jesus Christ.
it's like I've said in like arcade mode in FighterZ is bullshit just because it's so blatantly like cheating because it's not so much that the AI reacts faster than human possibly can because that's expected. What it is it also buffs their damage while nerfing yours, and then like supercharge is ridiculous. It's one of those things of like fake difficulty where to compensate for the fact that an AI couldn't really beat a human player in a fair fight, you just overturn it to make it completely unbalanced. With stuff like input reading, which is always fun when you catch it.
Oh yeah, when a game just starts input reading you, that's fun.
It's like in those early Dragon Ball fighting games where they had those QTEs, and depending on like what stage of the AI you're against. You basically, basically you knew from doing those rock paper scissors games versus the AI that they were letting you win, basically.
Yeah, because I mean, it. So they would pretty much put it on like either. So in rock paper scissors games, they would typically either roll a die or like a random number generator, like like randomly output either rock paper or scissors, or they would always have like a specific pattern. That's usually how they would code it.
Because actually proper randomization in computing is basically impossible, isn't it?
It'll always have a bias, but like you can do it random where it could be like you could put like it to roll like a number because you can make random number generators. So it is possible. It's just that's basically whenever they're doing something like that, it's gonna be one of those two. Because if they programmed it any other way, it could literally just read what you're gonna do every time and then just repeatedly do that.
Oh, you picked scissors. Oh, you picked scissors. Did you rock? Oh, I see. Now you've picked paper, scissors, etc., etc.
Yeah, you could always program something to do that if you really wanted to.
It's almost like the computer is a cheating bastard.
Yeah, you can make the computer a cheating bastard if you really want to. It's not hard. Actually, it's easier to make it a cheating bastard than it is to program it correctly. I mean, if you ever played like Mugen, a lot of people's made AIs are just cheating bastards.
Man,
And that kind of like gives you an idea of like how hard it is to program a good AI. Like a good one that it feels challenging, but it's not just destroying you because it can read your button inputs, and it's not like so weak to where you're just like turning off your brain, closing your eyes, and shin kicking it to death. Because you can do that in was it the story mode for whatchamajig? For Soul Calibur 5, you can just shin kick the AI permanently.
Yep. I mean, considering like the slog that some parts of Soul Calibur 5 are, welcome that. Oh, that's another thing you should be looking forward to. The discussion that we had off camera.
Oh yeah, Soul Calibur, because I'm still looking for games to look forward to. Soul Calibur 6. I know they recently announced Yoshimitsu, but, we kind of all saw that coming.
Oh no, Yoshimitsu's in the Soul Calibur game! Shut my mouth!
I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, it's, who's surprised by that? Like, Yoshimitsu being in. He's literally been in every single Soul Calibur game.
The real question is, which Yoshimitsu is it?
Probably the original one, because they're going for nostalgia and going for the Soul Calibur 2 sales.
Yes.
I'll give them credit. At least they had the balls to call it Soul Calibur 6 and not pull what every other game's doing lately and calling it Soul Calibur.
God
of War 5. Or 4, sorry, even though they're just calling it God of War. I like how that's a trend now. Technically, Sonic started this trend. Which is the dumbest fucking thing. Sonic started this stupid-ass trend of just making a sequel and calling it the first game. Even though it's a sequel. What the hell's up with that? That just makes things confusing.
Because the idea is that, no, I think the idea from a marketing standpoint is that numbers intimidate people. So, like,
I mean, yeah, that's true. But, like, another way you could do it is just give it, like, a subtitle.
It's the same thing, is it? They don't want people to think, I can't watch or play this because I didn't watch the first one. So that's why movies do it as well, where it's like, we're watching the newest Fast and Furious movie. What's it called? Fast and the Furious. What number is it? I don't know, like 9 or something. But the idea is, as I said, just that people who otherwise might be tempted by these movies but have never watched them before would possibly be put off by the fact that there's like 8 other things you have to get through really to get this one, and they don't really care if people care about the movie after the fact. Well, the people who make these decisions to name shit don't care, because all they care is if you go in and you pay your prices for admission.
I mean, I'm just saying, at least give it a subtitle or something.
I agree, it's a dumb idea, but I can understand why they do it.
If any of these clones were at their original power.
Like, I'm saying, like, you could even just go call it, like, God of War, and then give it some stupid subtitle that has something to do with the plot.
God of War. Well, to be fair, the plot of God is pretty basic because the plot is just go deliver your wife's ashes.
I remember when
The entire plot of the game is just that.
against each other.
Just one job you have to do. And like this, like I don't know, like
And then you started the Neverwinter.
well,
For free makes this
Or the
mean-
Everwinter.
Thimblewinter, but
plan on losing.
Whatever.
It-
Fuck it. It's the winter that never ends.
it's the precursor to Ragnarok. That's all we need to know.
Anything back.
Spoilers! People don't know about Norse mythology, even though it's like one of the two mythologies we constantly use in media.
To be fair, like Norse mythology is probably the most misunderstood of those mythologies
True.
because there's so many like contradictory things about it, and it's very much prone to whitewashing, just like Greek mythology is. To be fair, but I feel like
Yeah.
Greek myths are reach a point where most people should be relatively aware of them. It's like, oh well, Hercules kills his family because he's driven insane. I think we all know this plot point now. Because the Greeks didn't believe in good guys and bad guys; they just believed that everyone was a bad guy.
Especially them.
That's why they're Greek tragedies.
God. I'm having so much trouble fighting in this game with these characters. Well, not 16 so much, but 18.
I was gonna say, isn't 16 just the autoplay character?
He did get nerfed slightly, because the charge attack no longer can be mindless, the one where he just, like, shoulder tackles you. It's no longer invincible to, like, projectiles and attacks from the air.
You know what? Just to briefly mention one thing about Overwatch I've been thinking on. You know what I think is the most beautiful thing to see in that game?
What?
A really good Doomfist player.
Yeah.
They make it look like an art form.
Okay, so one thing that would make 18 so much better in this game is if she had some fucking aerial attacks. She really doesn't.
Okay, for a second I thought you were gonna say, you know what would make 18 better in this game? If she had a Doom Gauntlet.
Yes, too, but
If
I don't think they can get that for her.
18 is the post.
And I think what would happen is immediately Toriyama come flying into the office and then throw the gauntlet onto Goku.
18 gets the Infinity Gauntlet, there you go.
And then Toriyama comes flying into the office and throws it onto Goku.
Wow.
She finger snaps, and then somewhere, Marin just goes, I don't feel so good. Not the daughter Marin, the ex-girlfriend Marin.
That's the best fucking line.
Infinity War was still fun, though.
You're surprisingly mature.
I'm looking forward to what comes next, even though I'm pretty sure I know what's going to come next.
Fucking... Oh, you mean everyone? You mean like them getting the gauntlet and just snapping their fingers and undoing
Well,
everything?
I don't feel like this is a spoiler because this is what happened in the comic books, but I'm pretty sure Nebula's going to get the Infinity Gauntlet.
Possibly.
That's exactly what happened in the comics, and it's like, well, she's some of the few characters who's still around after the finger snap of Doom. So it's like, well, why would you do that unless she still has a role to play? It's that common case of why isn't someone gone unless they still have something more to do? Well, it's like,
Now 21's going crazy.
Remember what your goal is.
you know, woman going crazy must be that time of the month.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
it's the make Dan uncomfortable episode.
It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been several episodes.
We got the shock and horror episode.
Wait.
It's more like the Dan Groans episode.
What happened just now?
Come on, man. We can do it. We stick it out. It's like you've heard of people surviving in intense situations, just this one probably won't rely on cannibalism. I make no promises.
You turn on me.
The great part is I'm gonna have to. There's just fucking. Now for some reason it's making me think again that I gotta watch that damn Spopovich fight and it's uncomfortable shit. God damn it.
Well,
Part of me wants to just like fast forward through it, but I feel like that's cheating.
it is cheating. fine.
I mean, technically, if I really wanted to be a dick, I could just go to the last episode.
I mean,
But that's cheating.
yeah, you could cheat, but then you would have to like re-earn your nickname of Dan Bob Guerra because you lie and cheat and steal.
I forgot about that,
Yeah.
where you kept like, basically making an Eddie Guerrero joke. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I guess it could be worse. You could be comparing me to Carlito.
I could.
And then I would have to eat apples and spit into people's faces all the time.
I mean, who doesn't like apples?
I mean, yeah, but then you gotta spit it, and that's a waste of an apple.
This is
Like, you
true.
can't even, like, chain her grapple into any, like, your basic attack. It's really fucking shit.
Sorry, 18.
Like, this is real bad. 18 sucks in this game.
Don't worry, I'm sure she'll get buffed eventually.
No.
Maybe. No, yeah, you're right. No. No.
And the best part is there's only 2 characters in this fucking thing, so...
Eventually you'll get to a third.
How long?
Eventually.
Oh god. I don't like the sound of that.
It's like, it comes to a point where it's hard to really keep track of time. You know?
Like, 16's throw comes out so fucking fast.
Like he
And then 18's like, she's like, hold up, I gotta put my hands back here. Okay, and grab. Oh shit, I'm like an inch away from you, but I still can't get you. I really, it's like that fucking meme of like, you know, the guy with the ruler who's like, that's pretty big, impressive. That's pretty small. Wow.
Yeah.
And like, that's what it reminds me of. Except for it's 18's grapple versus 16's.
Sorry, 18.
But she's wearing blue, that's the fast color.
Well, that...
Unless you're an orc or Char.
Hmm.
Then it's red. In fact, I have a theory that Char from Gundam is actually just a Warhammer orc.
I mean, it would explain if he did, like, draw his power from Gork and Mork. Are they 40k gods, or are they regular Warhammer gods as well?
I don't remember.
Friggin' Gork and Mork.
My Warhammer knowledge isn't the best.
I mean, mine isn't the best either, it's just... Maybe we shouldn't talk about a series that none of us seem to actually know what the fuck we're talking about, then.
I mean, we know at least that orcs think red is the fast color. Green is also the best color, according to orcs.
They are green skins.
Purple is the sneakiest color, because when's the last time you've seen a purple army?
I mean, soundless logic, really.
Exactly. The funny thing is, when my friend told me that, I I sat there for like a minute, like trying to think of something, and I was like, "Fuck, I got nothing."
I mean, that's why the orcs are, well, I'm not going to say the most dominant race, or even the smartest race, or even the most capable race, or even the best race. The orcs are a thing. I like how the orcs just kind of exist. They don't really know anything, it's just that kind of shit they managed to somehow pilfer from other smarter races.
That's usually how orcs work. Kind of like Saiyans, actually, when you look at their fucking origin.
Just that, you know, orcs didn't all get killed by the Space Napoleon.
This is true.
In fact, I think Warhammer orcs were made to stop Space Napoleons.
Actually, yeah, I think you're right.
They were built to stop the Necron things. Good old Necrons.
The best thing to kill Necrons are just a bunch of green, stupid things that that somehow when they paint their things red, they do get faster.
I mean, how do you stop a race of Terminator ripoffs? I mean, what?
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 Huh?
Why would I even say that?
I don't know.
Implied that the Necrons look anything like Terminators.
Or implying that they might have got the gag of things being red, being faster from Char. It's actually possible they did.
I mean, you think that'd be on the Tau though, surely, because they're the weeb race.
Yeah, that's true.
Possibility of him
Uh.
absorbing me.
But then again, it wouldn't be as funny with them doing that.
This is true.
I feel the same way.
Need to keep them oh so honorable.
This thing lack a real sense of style. Whatever.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
But I guess
No, I seriously just missed that. I was reading the text. What?
I was just doing an oh so honorable reference
Oh.
in regards to the Tau.
I got. Was it?
What are we going to
actually,
talk about
there's-
Gundam?
Huh?
I thought we were going to talk about Gundam before the stream, and then we.
We like briefly like mentioned like, Gundam a couple times. We haven't actually gotten to a full thing.
What can he say about?
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about G Gundam, but yeah, G Gundam is just really fun. That's really it. There's nothing really crazy. There's not a whole lot you can really talk about other than the fact that it's really fucking fun and Master Asia is the best fucking thing in the world.
This is true. Master Asia is pretty glorious.
He's the undefeated of the East.
I like when he team.
And-
I like it. Dynasty Warriors teams up with Milliardo and also Puru.
I like that in one of those games.
No, he teams
you
up
can
with
do a whole-
Hero. Sorry, my bad.
There's a whole like line where you can have him, where you can have him save Puru from death, and Puru for once survives because Master Asia, the undefeated of the East, was there. But also, you can have Puru help Master Asia go back to the side of good. Hello? I think my net just died. Shit. Fuck. I will have to... Yeah, I think my net just died, didn't it? Or did he die? We'll find out in a minute, I guess. But yeah, one of the games you could do that. And I also like that they shit on the seed characters in those games. And it's kind of hard to carry a Dragon Ball conversation when you're... Yeah, that's my net. So anyway, I'm back now that my net's back to life. So, what did you hear last before my net died?
You're saying about a thing with Puru, and then
Oh, basically, I'll just repeat it for you. You can rescue... with Master Asia, you can rescue Puru, making a Puru not die, finally. And with that, you can then have Puru keep Master Asia on the side of good.
yay!
So you get to save both characters, and a Puru finally gets to live for the first time in Gundam history.
I think one of the greatest advantages of Dynasty Warriors Gundam is it means that Hero doesn't have to then kill a whole bunch of guys, and then spend like the half of the show walking around being sad that he did that.
I haven't watched Wings since I was really little, so my memory... I remember, like, when was the first one that aired? And I remember it aired when I was really young, and I couldn't tell you a damn thing about the plot.
I mean, I watched it when I was my mid-20s, and I couldn't tell you anything about the plot.
All I remember when I was a kid was I just watched because giant robots fighting.
Yeah, it did happen occasionally in that show.
Like, all I wanted to do was... I think that was all I watched it for, was giant robots fighting. And probably, Duo,
I think...
the gun scythe guy.
Yeah. I think Wing's biggest problem is that... Well, its biggest problem is that its whole gimmick is, oh, well, we want to do a retelling of UC Gundam. You know, the first of many retellings of UC Gundam. And that in itself is fine, except they try and cram everything in. So you have these, like, huge kind of problems, like Milliardo, for instance, in that show, who's meant to be Shah. But he has all of Shah's character development, not just Shah from, like, one season.
He has, like, Char all the way up to counterattack.
So he's just, like, goes through such this bizarre, arc. And, like, Hero himself is just kind of weird in that he's this child soldier who's perfectly willing to kill an innocent girl because, I don't know, reasons. And then, but then is, super sad when he kills the wrong guys. And has to go around for, half of the show and be sad about it. I think it's just one of those things where, yeah, like you, lots of people watched it when they were kids and thought, man, those robots are cool. And
I'll probably rewatch it at some point.
It's not, awful or anything, it's just...
I do remember as a kid, though, the one that I got really into was G Gundam, because, I mean, it was just straight up giant robots fighting.
It's also, yeah, it's a lot simpler to follow and not as convoluted.
Yeah. And it's just like, watch Domon fight the other robot.
Watch Domon fight the Tequila Gundam.
Tequila Gundam.
Yeah, I have to.
They're all silly. Let's be real. Every single one of them is so dumb.
Yeah, but Tequila Gundam feels very much more dumb just because of how racist it is.
It really is. Even their fucking colony is a sombrero.
It's a sombrero in space
Why is it a sombrero?
because it's Mexico. Where else would it be?
Well, like the America one is like Super America too.
Yeah.
Hell, even the guy is like, what was it, his robot is a boxer that's also a football player. And it even has abs.
I mean, obviously.
What was it, like, the French Gundam is like as French as you can get. The Chinese Gundam is literally Chinese Dragons, the Gundam.
Yeah, and the Swiss Gundam is a scout.
Yeah, for some, it cut out for, but I'll just say what you said. Yeah, the Noble Gundam is just like a Sailor Scout for some reason. It's like a mix of Moon and Venus for some reason.
It's not even the best Sailor Scout.
Which one's the best Sailor
I
Scout?
mean, it's Mars, obviously.
I mean, I like Jupiter a lot.
Yeah, I'll bet. Oh, yeah, you like her a lot. What is it? She's got the most talent of all the scouts, right?
I mean, she does body slam people.
To be honest, I've never watched Sailor Moon. I'm just going off of what everyone else tells me.
I know what he's referencing. I'm just not going to address it
I'm
outside of right now.
referencing tits. There you go.
He's referencing Till and...
There you go.
After all of this time,
We talked about the elephant in the room.
fighting Goku. No, since this
But,
I suppose
But I liked Alan B a lot. But, you know... She was only there for a little bit, then disappeared.
I don't really want to know the origin of that phrase. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
I myself
Okay.
Because,
the original 16.
well, I just really want to know, like, was there ever a situation where someone was just trying to ignore there being an elephant in the room?
So in some
I don't
sense,
know.
We are, the same. We are both.
That would be funny, like, they just, like, someone put, like, a sheet over an elephant. And it's like, just don't ignore the elephant in the room, and no one will notice, guys. What was that? Nothing, I just sneezed. Is there an elephant in the room? No!
Seems that I am not currently programmed.
Did my internet die again? It did die again. I'm gonna wait a minute.
No!
Okay, there you are, there you are.
Yay!
It, like, hiccuped there for a second. So I was just making elephant noises and a little skit. Don't worry, it's fine.
However,
Are you there?
without that program,
God damn it.
do not work.
We should just call this episode Technical Difficulties.
Probably. Alright, let's
And
start
then you
this
just
again.
need to put, like, the picture of the dog.
I will not hold anything back.
Good. Well, I'm about to fight a clone Goku who is 16.
Clone Coup.
What? Oh yeah, we're just making jokes with the elephant in the room thing. But yeah, G Gundam's a lot of fun. It's the one I remember the best out of them because it was the one I was really into as a kid. Mobile Suit Gundam I know a bit. Like I said, it's been a year since I've really watched like a lot of Gundam, so my memory's kind of all over the place. You there?
Yeah, I'm listening. Oh right, I forgot to mention. You know what's getting a new season? Speaking of Gundam, Full Metal Panic.
I've never watched that one.
Oh, you should. It's great.
I know my brother has Full Metal Panic and also Famufu.
I mean, Famufa is just fun. So I always like to tell people, oh man, Full Metal Panic's got a actually the third season. Because then try and explain that, well, they have the second raid, which is their second season, but technically the third season.
The only thing I know about Full Metal Panic is the one where the guy is dressed up in a bear suit.
That's for Mofu, yeah.
That's like my extended knowledge. That and also the main character designs. That's about all I know about
Yeah,
it.
that's a playable unit in Super Robot Wars, right? The bear suit.
Yes. Oh yeah, that doesn't do damage. Why did I do that?
But I do actually recommend Full Metal Panic. It's a fun little series.
I'll have to check it out at some point. But yeah, you probably be better at like heading Gundam conversations because my memory's kind of spotty.
It's Gundam has this inherent problem, right? Where all of them have the shared thing of war is bad, but then they also make war really fucking cool looking.
It's making me think of that image. You've probably seen it, the one where it's Gundam War is Hell, a Gundam fan, cool robot.
Yeah.
It's kind of making me think of that.
So you have this problem of like, then I'm trying to say, man, I can't believe we're at war, when everyone else is like, man, I can't believe they're not at war right now.
Why aren't you using those giant robots?
And
use the giant robots.
You have, and that is always the kind of problem you face because, yeah, obviously, like on some level, the fact they're clearly marketed as toys to sell model kits is another element to it. But I think even if you'd have gone,
they would never do that.
But I think even if you'd have gone with like Toriyama, not Toriyama, we talk about Tomino's original vision of the Gundam as just an all-white machine, it still would have made war an ostensibly cool thing. It's like this kind of
because it's a giant robot shooting giant robots.
Yeah, it's kind of this idea of I don't want to say desensitization, but kind of that, where it's like because you're just like Azaku's not a person, you know.
Yeah, it's just a robot. There's a person inside of it.
But, you don't really think about that. So whenever you see like Amuro or the Gundam blow away a Zaku, it's not like, oh man, Amuro just killed a guy. It's like, oh yay, another Zaku bites the dust.
Or you could always do the shitty Eureka 7 thing where the main character for some reason didn't know he was killing people inside giant robots until he saw a severed arm.
Oops.
The stupidest goddamn thing. What? There's people in those? Just like me piloting my robot? You don't fucking say, kid.
So when you just kind of, yeah, and so not drawing attention to it, it's this whole kind of grey area thing. And I think this is something that all Gundams kind of struggle with, like the basic concept of...
Except G Gundam.
Yeah. Where you make everything way too fun and interesting to make it also, like, really poignant and thought-provoking.
I mean, also the robots are really cool looking. It doesn't help.
Yeah. But even then, it's just this kind of thing of Shah and friends are Shah and everyone else are also just kind of ostensibly not real people. They're caricatures, and that also feeds into the idea of the whole problem of desensitizing people. So, or not even that, but disassociating people with the whole idea of the violence, because it's also bloodless carnage is another thing. Like,
because you don't see the corpse. There are blood from time to time, but most of the time you don't really see anything.
I'm not saying every Gundam series needs to be as if like Going the Guy had written it or something, but it's one of the things is that obviously.
Well, to be fair, that's not even fair with Go Nagai, because sometimes it'll be bloody, sometimes it won't. Depends on how he's feeling that day.
This is true.
Because Go Nagai will just do whatever he feels like, and it works every time, because Go Nagai is a madman.
Sometimes I feel like killing off all of my characters, some days I don't.
And sometimes in different interpretations I do or don't.
And sometimes I will just never resolve the plot at all, like with Cutie Honey.
But we'll keep making series.
I was actually thinking, has she ever actually defeated Sister Jill and company? Ever, really?
I don't know, actually.
Like, fully.
Now I'm curious.
Like, Dr. Hell's been beaten in like multiple different things at this point.
Yeah, Dr. Hell has died so many times you could actually make a joke out of it.
But, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't remember if there's ever a point in Cutie Honey where she beats him. Or her, I should say, sorry.
She's called Sister Jill, but then she's also just a panther. Oh, Dan is dead.
No, I'm alive. I'm alive, you can hear me, right?
Cute.
Oh,
Cute.
There we go, that was weird.
Cute.
I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me.
Cute picture of the dog.
What's weird is, like, and then for like a second it made a noise, and then it was fine. It was weird. But I could hear you, even I got to hear you say Dan is dead.
Dan is dead. Dan. But
yeah, after this chapter we're gonna fucking stop, because My net just being really wacky today, I guess.
Oh well, it's because of net neutrality, I think.
Probably.
Thanks, Congress.
If we keep fucking it up, then people will believe that we need to get rid of net neutrality. As they snort coke.
If we keep making it worse, then eventually we'll make it better.
That always happens!
I mean-
oh wait!
I mean,
no!
2 wrongs might not make a right, but surely 3 wrongs will make a right somewhere along the line.
Especially 17 wrongs.
No, we've already had 17 wrongs. It's called Super 17.
I thought it was just 17.
Nah, at least he had a cool fight with Piccolo. What did Super 17 have?
That's true.
Super 17 had the honor of killing,
Yeah, but then 17 went on to doing the lamest shit in Super.
Yeah, I mean, not the lamest shit, Jiren's still a thing.
Yeah, but it involves Jiren,
The
too.
saving grace of Jiren exists.
The saving grace of Jiren is now we have a more inarguable barometer for boring that exists within the canon. You know, versus, say, like, Broly, who's like a movie villain.
And Upper Broly, who is also a movie villain. And Bio Broly.
Well, I mean, the other Broly that you keep liking to call the Dragon Ball Super villain, we don't really know him yet, and technically he will be canon.
For now. I'm just waiting for like the end of Dragon Ball Super. It's just gonna have like Goku wake up in bed and the shower's gonna be running, and he's gonna go there, he's gonna see Vegeta, and he's gonna be like, "Oh Vegeta, it's you! I had the craziest dream!"
And you were there, and you were there, and I was there, but nobody else was there.
I had a ninja dream, but it ended. But
I'm gonna be king of the Hokages.
maybe One Piece will end one day, maybe. Probably not.
You'll sooner get Oda to... Yeah, One Piece will end when Oda learns how to draw more than one chick.
So when Oda dies, basically, yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
I made a joke on one of the things because like a Sanji's wedding, and I was like, "Why does she look like Nami?" And someone's like, "That's how Oda draws all the women." I was like, "That's the joke. That's what I'm making fun of. The fact that he can only draw one woman,
I mean,
and they all have no organs. Because seriously, look at their fucking waistline. Jesus Christ!
at least he can draw more than one face, though.
21
Not for the women anymore.
Well,
to stop.
faces are hard, okay?
I don't know what's
If you're Oda, they're hard.
but I don't
Now maybe he's just like, well, at this point, who gives a fuck?
Relax, 17. It's nothing to
If I'm doing my job right, nobody's gonna be looking at their faces anyway.
I apologize. I think
I mean, that's true.
I really do.
I mean, Gundam Seed got away with literally having everybody, male or female, have the same
The
face.
exact same face.
And same thing with Gundam 00.
And same with Code Geass. Code Geass is even
Yep.
getting another season.
Oh, good. We need another season of that trash.
Joy! I'm being sarcastic, it's the opposite of joy.
You know what? We'll make fun of that next time, because I just finished a chapter, and I don't trust my net. And I think we're already pretty long in it anyway. Yeah, we
next
are.
time someone goes to a con, they need to get a recording of Carly Bear asking those hard-hitting questions. Will Dan and Train remember to make fun of Code Geass? Will we ever see an end to this chapter, the Android 21 chapter? Will Dan's internet behave? Find out in the next exciting episode of Let's Play FighterZ.
Okay, I can answer all those. Okay, remember? Maybe, possibly, I don't know. Will we finish it? Yes, because you know, I'm still playing it. What was the other one? My net? That's a mystery. Have a good day.
Hooray!